My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Darkest Dungeon, specifically the Darkest Rhapsody estate thereof. I've decided on a party. It is a champion level party to go on a medium level mission out here in the Warrens, and a large amount of it is about getting the characters that we want leveled up. We want Dervil leveled up, we want Hendry leveled up, and we want Bel Air leveled up so that we can take them into the Darkest Dungeon later on. In particular, I want Bel Air and Renner. But in the Darkest Dungeon shuffling one, I'll be taking Godard, Bel Air, Evelyn, and I guess one of either Penel or Hendry, right? So if I am taking Evelyn out, then I do probably want to get Evelyn just a little bit of rest. All right. Feeling pretty good about that. Let's start equipping our people with trinkets, take them out on the mission. Now, we've got the Bel Air on here because she is a beast slayer as well as a Warren Scrounger and a Warren's tactician. She is a bad healer. Doesn't come into play. Flagellant doesn't come into play. Deviant Taste doesn't come into play. Claustrophobia, very negligible. Resilience also really good, but Bel Air in particular in this area will have the ability to pierce the protection of the thing from the stars. Also, Hendry going really quickly in that fight will allow Hendry to use Slice Off or to Battle Ballad to buff everyone else so that we can go a lot faster in those combats. Renner is mostly going to be trying to stun things. Unfortunately, with 130%, they're not particularly great at that. So their stun rolls are primarily going to be stun attempts rather than kind of like true to form rolls. I'm thinking like accuracy trinket on each of you. So like a focus ring here, and a focus ring here. Then, yeah, you probably want to be like faster. And you probably want more damage more than anything else. Like Dismas's head. Alright. Then we've got Hendry, who probably takes the last focus ring. As well as a bleeding trinket. If I had a more, powerful bleeding trinket or something like that, I'd be using that instead. Alright, and then we've just got to give everyone a bunch of upgrades before we take them out on the mission. Cool. Bel Air, I will be using that ability. I actually think Bel Air probably just upgrades all of these. Renner. Those. Hendry, all of them as well. And then Dervil, only your mains. This is going to be a very expensive mission. Just have a look at how much money I'm already spending. These people had to be upgraded sooner or later, though. So now we're back in the position where money means something to us, because it hasn't meant something to us for a while. Okay. I might want Expose. We'll see. We'll see in the combats whether or not we end up wanting Expose. All right, Provision. Hang on one second. Just make absolutely certain that I don't have Flux running at the moment. There we go, I don't. Beautiful. All right. Warrens. So Warrens, you need fewer torches than you might think. So I think we'll go away with this many. Take a second holy water. We'll take a second medicinal herbs. Sell off some of the food. Take 3 skeleton keys. No, we'll drop the medicinal herbs and the holy water. We'll just keep the base ones there. 3 keys. I actually probably want some bandages. I'll take 6 to cure particularly persistent and annoying bleeds. Alright, then we'll go out. 55%. Not bad scouting. Not bad scouting if I do say so myself. Game audio is being captured, right?
Even the fiercest beast will lay down when it is not eaten. Steal their food.
I will say that if this is not recording, it specifically says that it is in my other screen. Oh, god damn it. Crit. Not a disease though, right? Yeah, not a disease. Oh no. The order those enemies attacked in could scarcely have been worse. Because now I'm not going to be able to do anything against either of those swine meat hookers. So I can do a bunch of AoE damage, try and blight people as well. Blight's unlikely to actually hit anything though. Fine. Oh, why do we only crit the targets that don't need it? I'd have loved to use the Crusader for something else, but I'm afraid
and purpose is made clear.
This is the only thing they wanted to do. Ooh, nice dodge. I'm gonna go for the Impale here. Because, well, it did condemn the meat hooker to very few remaining turns. Still gets one though. Wow, this meat hooker actually resisted. It has 80%. We've got 170%, so it had a 10% chance to resist, and it did. Damn you. Perfect. That frontliner gets one action here. As long as it's not a crit, we're cool. Cool. Front two liners are already dead, so now everyone is. Unfortunately, I didn't take that opportunity to heal up that character. That would have been really good. Nice.
Annihilated. Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
So my goal here is effectively just to get as much stress healing on the shield breaker as we possibly can before we leave this fight. Damn it. I wanted the Jester to act next, ideally.
Unforgiving.
Now, unfortunately, without scouting, I do have to just go everywhere because I'll never know what is and what is not a hallway that has the exact thing that we need, being the grain sacks, the objects of our search. Pop the torch before going in here. If they have an enemy that turns out the torch, then... Alright, cool. That was going to be relevant in this fight.
A devastating blow.
You're actually doing a surprising amount of damage as well as your crit. I'm liking it.
Decimated.
Yeah. Without the crit, that was going to be enough to kill that brigand, but I didn't want to take chances. Fire gets completely dodged. Wow. Shanks the back line. What on earth? Not that I don't love it. I love it, but wow. Just didn't expect everything to be this lenient, I guess. Okay. Don't crit us. It's fine. Vestal next.
Confusion. Nerves.
And then we'll use Impale. Perfect. Yeah, we're totally covered. The Brigand Hunter is dead as soon as they try and take an action. God, the Shield Breaker is actually way more powerful than I gave them credit for initially. More than happy to admit I was wrong.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
In fact, quite happy that I was wrong as well.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Curio, Curio, Curio. So still no event icons.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
It's gonna suck when one of them is down in one of those two. Curio, Curio. Never mind, they aren't. Okay. I can actually skip a bunch of rooms here if I want to. Hang on. Nervous Bleeder is a little annoying. Love Interest Deviant, don't really care. Diurnal, don't care. Flawed, don't care. Lazy Eye, don't care. Scattering, don't care. God-Fearing, don't care. Flawed Release, don't care. Claustrophobia, don't care. Flagellant, don't care. Bad Healer, don't care. Deviant Taste, don't care. Claustrophobia, don't care. None of these are, like, necessary. You have 3 things that I don't care about locked in, which means nothing else can lock itself in, so healing your other things is cheaper, so... I think we'll do it with Durable. Love Interest quirk is removed. Nothing for that. There's our first hunger occurrence, but we've actually collected 4 food before we started this. Or rather, since we started this. See, I'm happy to skip all of this at the bottom because you get the same amount of experience regardless. But...
And now, the darkness holds dominion.
While I could get better loot, you've also got to consider that against the possibility that picking up 3 grain sacks is going to result in me having a poorly optimized inventory anyway, right? So do I really need to be able to fill all my inventory spaces when the inventory spaces might just have garbage in them? I'm happy to try that because I really want to be able to kill the Swine Heaver, like, super early in this combat.
Eradicated.
Nice. And stun the Slayer. Very, very, very nice there. Big Spear. That's a lot of damage. That's the attack that you don't want them to use, by the way, just in case you were wondering. Oh my gosh, the Swine Slayer is just getting wrecked. Yeah, that's going to die to its bleed, so... Perfect. That is to say, the Swine Slayer is going to die to its bleed, which means the Swinator Champion is not going to have the corpse of it available. This one's... No? Okay, he didn't get stunned. Nice. I'll roll this stun. It's only like a 25% chance. I probably should have just gone for the stress heal and heal. Yeah, that would have been correct.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
I mean, I'm going to try the stun again, because if we get a single round of stun, everything's so much easier. Crunching backhand, no crit, no crit! Beautiful. Alright, so now we're just looking for party heals and group heals and things like that until the end of the combat. Yeah, because the Swinator Champion is, like, super dead.
Vigor is restored. Masterfully executed.
I could have taken a stress healing opportunity there instead, but I decided that it was more important to get the heal out from the vessel, because one of them had to pitch in a little of extra damage. Quest location. So there's 2 quest locations coming up. I guess any of these battles could, that's to say the hallway battles, could be the thing from the stars. Plus 15% damage, plus 10 accuracy, and plus 5% crit. That's really good. I don't think I care if it's the thing from the stars on those. Like, if we don't fight them, whatever, we don't fight them. It is difficult to turn down a ruby. Because just need it to stack once, and it's so much more valuable than a stack of gold. Here's a food stuff, great.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Ooh! I wasn't expecting to see you here, Collector, but I'm glad to see you. Battle Ballad's really, really, really powerful. We get a free one off at the start of the fight. Stun, please. Hey! Oh, that's insane. All right. Your blight resist is garbage, so I can just light you up. I have literally a 0% chance to hit this stun, so instead I'm just going to go for a ridiculous crit. Oh my gosh. Ah. Damn it, I really wanted to crit there. Oh well. Get that damage, get that party buff again for the speed, accuracy, and crit. Oh, yes. Because it enables us to do things like this. Oh, damn it, I was really hoping that was going to be a crit. So what's that? 42 remaining HP on the Collector. You have summoned a Vestal. You've got a Blight on you for another 5. Right, so I'm going to actually attack the back line. Yep, you're dead as long as the Vessel doesn't heal you before you get an action. So, as long as I stun this Vestal, yeah, the back line's dead. Unfortunately, these two... Wow, the Highwayman was supposed to act first.
The rats prepare to feast.
Nice.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
I don't want to get rid of a stack of bandages yet, but I think I probably do. And then one of these is probably the gold. Yeah. Still want all the rest of those. And we do need the objective of our search to actually be met. Good, good. This feels like it's actually going to be way easier than I thought. Like, I could leave right now. We would be done. I think we can get, like, slightly better loot.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
No more torches. I was hoping this was going to be again the thing from the Stars combat. Don't disease me immediately. Yeah. That's to punish me for my decision to continue going. I'm not going to say that I didn't deserve it, but I would have preferred not to have had it.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
As long as they don't move position at all.
Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
As long as they don't move position at all, we're really fine here. Yes.
Singular strike.
Okay, the shield breaker is nutty. It is worth noting, in this area, there are a lot of enemies with protection, whereas there's not always that many enemies with protection, but still nutty. Just nutty like squirrel leavings.
Surges as the enemy crumbles. Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
All right, I'm going to start throwing away the keys. Contains loot.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
All right, let's feed everyone up a little. I'll take the holy water, just in case the next curio is a pile of bones. It's not. No longer have the ability to purify that. All right, so we're just going to be putting a lot of stress healing on her.
Are the exception and not the rule.
When we rest, which is just going to be now. We didn't get the scout. All right. The end of that dungeon didn't exactly work how I wanted it to, but the start was pretty cool. Okay, let's pop the Ancestor's Scroll onto Hendry, then have Hendry use Turn Back Time to fully stress heal. Then all I need to do is prevent nighttime ambush, and we're good.
The light, the promise of safety.
What? She didn't say anything!
Claim its quarry at last.
That's why I didn't just get like a bunch of damage buffs and things there, because I was certain that we didn't have a nightmare event because we hadn't finished all of the level 3 nightmare events.
How quickly the tide turns.
Yeah, let's crit on that heal, because she needs it. Ada's Fang. 7 with a blight of 4 for 4 rounds. It's pretty rough. Snake Bite with no bleed. Beautiful. Infuse. She should use the holy water, because they're just going to keep trying to blight and bleed her and stuff.
As the fiend falls,
Supreme
faint
overkill.
hope blossoms.
Now, I would have loved to stress heal her, but unfortunately, stunning that terrible Pliskin is going to be really, 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 really important. Now we've got to get her with a bit of stress healing from the Jester, as much as I would love to be bleeding the Nightmarish Adder. Okay, we've kind of recovered her from the pit in which she fell.
Press this advantage.
Now we've just got the Nightmarish Adder on the field. Adder's Fang for 5, as well as the 4/4 blights. Just got to stop her from stressing out. Yeah, that's a big bleed. Okay. I can add his Kiss to go for the blight, but 115, 140, so we've only got a, what, 25% chance of blighting? That's actually lower on damage than the just thrust. Molt. You crit healed yourself as well as completely removed all of your debuffs. Okay, that's kind of garbage. We're not going to be able to kill the Nightmarish Adder in time. Not with heals like that. Don't crit. Beautiful. Thank you. Being able to get out that party heal is huge. I'm going to just start rolling damage with everyone's attacks because, what, we've got one more round left.
A momentary abatement.
Until we're just considered a failure. What we need is a crit from Bel Air here. That would just do it. No. I'm pretty sure we just now get kicked out, right? Do we get one more round? We do! Yeah! You're dead as soon as you act. Yes!
Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
A beautiful thing, I am lodged in a jumble of corpses and wreckage. My arm is pinned. The serpent appears silently from behind a rock, tongue tasting the air. The bite is quick, the venom slow. It runs cold in my veins, inching up my arm, forcing me to make a terrible choice. And we get a queer body, which is plus 33% to max HP, negative 2 speed. Wow, all of her kind of like dedicated trinkets are, how do I put this diplomatically? Complete trash garbage from hell? Let's go home.
Our supplies are replenished. The soldiers will feast tonight.
Not bad. 10k for, you know, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inventory spaces? Tapeworm for 100% food consumed. Okay, you need to remove that. Hippocratic replaces deadly. Yeah, not too fan of that. Perfectionist, not a fan of that. And second wind. Okay, all of those developments were negative, unfortunately.
A modest offering from those few surrounding farms as yet untouched by the spreading calamity.
So for the next mission, supply costs and provision costs are negative 100%. Which is nice. This is handy. Useful. There's the American Gothic couple there. But no, that actually went surprisingly well. We've now got a long veteran for deeds in there, which I would like to be able to do. Unstable flesh, which I would like to be able to do. We just don't have the parties that can do those. Signet Ring is pretty good. Signet Ring is an excellent accuracy trinket for like a frontline stunner who doesn't care about their damage. So someone like, oh, I don't know, a Man-at-Arms. But we don't have a Man-at-Arms at the moment. So again, none of these immediately leap out. And unfortunately, with Belair as stressed as you are, we can't go to the Darkest Dungeon next mission. Not only is she super stressed, but she also has tapeworm, so we're gonna have to deal with that as well. Ugh. Well, for the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Darkest Dungeon. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.